Hello, everybody. Manlius here, and welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy XVI. And let's look at the active time lore to kind of get an idea of what's going on. We have Drake's Tail, which is the next mother crystal that we're going to be going after, and it's located in the Crystalline Dominion. It is one of only 5 remaining in Valstea, and is the largest of its kind. Silhouetted by the setting sun, the islands of the Dominion spread out before it. The tail is truly a wonder to behold. And as we know, the mother crystals, though the people of Valstea rely on the crystal mined from these mountains in their everyday lives, and flock to the ether-rich lands around them in pursuit of their blessing, Sid posits that it is in fact the mother crystals and their ability to draw ether from the earth that is the reason for the Deadlands' advance. The few who learn the truth are hunted down by those in positions of power, those whose power rests on their control of this crucial resource. Then we have the Isles of Ark, the cluster of tiny islands upon which the Crystalline Dominion stands. They are largely man-made, having been built on top of existing ruins, and are arranged with an administrative hub at the center, surrounded by the citizens' dwellings. Beyond those, the slums in which various refugees make their homes. The glistening spire at the island center is home to the Dominion's mother crystal. And so we're going to be going here for our next main quest objective. But first, I want to knock out some of these side quests, if it will let us, or at least get them started, because currently our map is locked until we continue with the main quest and make for Baklad.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the Hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the Hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
But she's getting paid. Okay. We have quests over there, which we need to go up here for. Okay. Martha, Isabel, and Blackthorn. Well, luckily we don't really have to travel outside anywhere, but
Mid might need some help.
Mid's gone.
Well, here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the one to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bunging a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Yeah, why not?
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Okay. Speak with Blackthorn. Alrighty. You know, if we can complete most of these quests here, that would be great. But it looks like for his, we have to go to Martha's Rest, which probably won't be after Bulklad.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you. then you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there
I
something
don't
else
like how
weighing
it
on your
says
mind?
curious.
Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realized he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you.
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
Well, we gotta visit her anyway. Okay. Let's stop by Karen now and ask her about the sword and also the letter.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Okay. Now we go speak with Hippocrates. Oh, wait, no. Let's double check with Karen about
Looking well,
Blackthorn.
Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmechian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's a touch eccentric. If you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
Okay, so now we gotta go to Dalamil for Blacksmith's Blues, but let's go speak to Hippocrates. Just running around talking to
Osmond.
people.
I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. Which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
So we're gonna go and kill one of the last remaining large antelopes, just so our dog can have something to munch on as a treat. Because I can't imagine that that's the sole source of nutrients that Torgal receives. But I've been wrong before. Alright. Let's stop by Martha. Oh no, that's Martha and Martha's Rest. But Isabel's here, I think, right?
Never drinking again.
Weird science. I thought Isabel was here. Huh, maybe not. Okay, let's check on this weird science one.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I have a billet that might interest you. Alright, let's check it out. It's gonna be in the Crock of Sanbreque, the Bomb King. Cursebreaker, aiming for the Imperial chase, took a wrong turn into a nearby wood, within which he discovered the ruins of a fallen airship, and within them, a beast akin to a great ball of fire that chased her screaming from the grove. The soldier later identified the creature in an almanac of echoes, but was firm in the insistence that the bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of the one depicted therein. Okay. So that's in the crock. Looks like we don't have much else to do here. So let's just head to Letany's Cleft in eastern Dalmekia, a narrow pass through otherwise impassable mountains thought to have been torn from rock by the very gods themselves. And now we start the quest onward. And onward we go.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
Let's put a little more pep in our step with Ambrosia.
Faster! This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Let's just fight them. Okay. I wonder if now we can go into the map. Oh, we can. It might not be a bad idea to complete all these before we continue. So let's talk to Jonas.
That we'd be...
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
What about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker, but I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Yeah, we'll probably do it since we're gonna have to anyway.
Well, if I'm going to
So
have to
why
deal with
not?
them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
I feel like these guys are the bandits themselves, which I would not be surprised. But before we do that, I think I want to first do the other quest in the area, just so that we can get them knocked out and progress through this main and side quest a little bit more naturally. So what we're going to do is we're going to first go to the Dalamill and work our way kind of up and around.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Drake's fang is gone.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life, however deep your friend's pockets might be.
We don't know. You. Listen. I've got this theory. The fallen.
Okay.
I don't think they all fell. Some of them are still living.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere.
Toro, what are you doing up there?
One of our wealthy-
My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Okay, so we know where Bandit's bed is. It's up here. So we'll travel to this obelisk and then at our chocobo.
Come on.
Do we have... We do have Joe. Awesome. And... Okay, so we just gotta go this way. I wonder why the game requires us to go to that locked, or sorry, the Latany Cleft first, and then it unlocks the map, rather than us just being able to fast travel from that area to somewhere else. I kind of think that's an interesting mechanic to employ. Alright, let's take care of these bandits.
Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's
Innkeeper.
head off.
So we took them out for Lord Ignac. Hopefully we can get our audience and do what we must for Karen.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Delamil.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis, Lord Byron Rosfield, and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Alright, let's return to him. And maybe he'll give us some new things to craft, perhaps?
Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword, then?
I did better than that.
A sundered whetstone, a slab of rock quarried on the southern continent. Its unparalleled hardness makes it perfect for sharpening blades forged from all manner of metals, from bronze to adamantite.
A whetstone.
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right. I will.
Alrighty. So one side quest complete of Blacksmith Blues 2. Excalibur design draft. Diagram detailing the steps to forge a sword to rival that of a legendary king. Let's see exactly what we need to make that.
What do you need? What do you want?
Bomb ender. Okay, so I imagine we're gonna find this from our bounty that we have to complete. Silken Sash +1. Was this Silken Sash +2 then? Because that one's really good. Diamond armlets give me more health but less defense. I wonder what the like defense ratio is, if the trade-off for health would be worth it. I doubt it though. Okay. Hunter's arm cloths, Dragon Slayer's bracelet. Yeah, nothing really compares right now. The Silken Sash isn't that good, but we do need a bomb ender.
And?
I cracked the crystal too? I'm joking.
What I really need to figure out is...
And what can I do for you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
I said, what I really need to figure out is how we can upgrade our potion belt, because there is an achievement for doing so. He is a frost wolf, so he should look like that, right? Yeah, there's an achievement for doing so, and I want to know what it is. or like how you upgrade them. Because we're pretty far in the game to not have all that stuff. All right. Let's head up to Martha's Rest because we have 2 quests we need to complete there.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Star Ruby, one of 3 brilliant gemstones acquired and set aside by Cid for a rainy day. Otto now deems that day to have arrived and wishes to use the rubies to pay off 3 outstanding debts to Lady Karen, Martha of Martha's Rest, and Isabel of the Vale.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the Hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Cid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Cid may have been the face of the Hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Cid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Cid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Cid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Alright, we do have one more thing here, and that's to go to Cressida. So let's go there first. And slay the elder antelopes there, and potentially bring an end to their lineage. Just kidding. It's kind of like how in Monster Hunter, you slay all these creatures under the guise of conducting research. It's just kind of a really funny thing to me in playing that series. And how happy-go-lucky everyone is to do it. Alright, we don't need these lesser antelopes, nor this minotaur.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope...
I really don't want to fight you, boy. Are these the elder antelopes? They are. Okay.
We'll find one bigger
Prepare
than that.
to meet your end.
Hungry, Torgal?
Aw, damn. Not have the reach I wanted. feel like I have much better things to do as Clive than to be killing antelopes mercilessly. I hardly would describe them as enemies, but okay.
Now, will it be enough, I wonder?
We killed like 5 of them.
I say that answers my question, which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Alright, we're not going to go to Karen yet, nor the Lawsman. What we're going to do is head up here to Northreach and return the Star Ruby to Isabel.
There's talk that the glass gate flood.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see. It's all right.
What am I gonna do without sweet water and oil of talc? Still no caravan from the...
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
And it's a Star Ruby.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Alright. Let's see. Return to the Hideaway. Return to the Hideaway. Where was the Westwatch? King of Westier. Baywatch. Where sometimes more. I'm looking for Mornbrun, that's not it. I'm looking for the area in which... Southeastern Sanbreque. Was it Eastern Sanbreque? No. Let's head back then and look at the bounty board one more time to see where the Bomb King could be. I thought it was in Sanbreque. I could be wrong though.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
I mean, I'm kind of not surprised. Everybody seems so reluctant to accept payment from us. Karen, I assume, would have been no exception to that. Considering that she is with us and she does us a great service that we do pay her for.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations. And you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
I can agree to that.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Are we supposed to know who that is?
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
Huh. I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have?
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the Hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Alright. So we completed that rather long side quest, and we get Sid's goblet. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet, despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. I won't have it said that I'm a poor host, and that will be displayed in our chambers. Okay, not much else. Alrighty, what else do we need to do? Investigate the cart. That's gonna be
They
for
told me she was building a ship.
our main one. Hunt board. Okay, let's stop by the hunt board. See if we can find some clues. If not, probably just have to look it up. Alright, ask about the bomb sightings. Let's see. So the Croc in Sanbreque. Into a nearby wood. The ruins of a fallen airship. The Croc. I would hope it would at least give me like a direction, like a cardinal direction. But the Croc is still helpful. Let's talk to Karen.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Brought one? We killed like 6 of them. Short of slaying a behemoth, or Kuril, a bison, a minotaur, and adamantois, one would be hard-pressed to find a larger leg bone. If this does not satisfy Torvald's ancestral hunger, chances are nothing will. We should at least have 20.
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was
Can we
just on my
just
way to see
end it
him.
with you? God, this is probably the most annoying part of the game. Again, I don't know if this is true of the other series, but just going back and forth between people, just to hear their little bits of dialogue, it really is padding the time.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one Eikon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the Eikons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
All right. And we get Cavil's Fang. And this slightly increases Torgal's attack potency. Even a legendary king surrounded by the realm's greatest knights and blessed by the very heavens would have found himself hard-pressed to unite the warring tribes of ancient Valisthea. Fortunately, he had the help of his fine and trusty hound Cavil. Alright. So, we got that accessory. I wonder if I can increase my accessory slots. I feel like I missed something along the way in this game. That I am just not understanding. Let's see, we have 1160. I think we're just gonna hold on to them. Okay. Let's open up the map. Let's go to Sanbreque. Northern, Dragon's Airy. I don't want to travel there. See, the only places that... Let's see. Cape, Overseer. Southern March, Clearview. It's not. It's either down here in Mornbrum or could it be here? Or did we already fight something there? No, because that would be named. Okay, Gauntlet's Pales. Eastwatch, no. Wait. We haven't unlocked that yet? Could it be in there? Let's see. And if it's not in there, we're gonna look it up. See, I almost didn't see that because it's like it doesn't have this, which makes it a little bit more obvious, but we can't get here anyway. And we're in Sanbreque. I just don't know where else it would be. Okay, and how do we get there? All the way down, then we're gonna take a left. Oh, I don't want to fight you. Would be what, this way then? Yeah. Imperial Chase. Have we not been down here? Was it locked? I wonder if it was locked previously or we just totally missed it. There's like a whole village back here. Heaven Hall. Oh, okay, so there is the croc. Let's stop by Heaven Hall real quick.
Back to the stables, girl.
I wonder if this is going to be important later on. Well, we can't do anything here anyway. Okay. Alright, let's head up to the croc. Now I'm curious if there's any other like locations that aren't inaccessible that I just haven't found yet. Looks ominous. Alright. And so we fight the Bomb King.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Oh shit. I don't know if fire is going to be a good idea, but at least it takes down those guys. Oh, we can't stagger him either. At least our lightning rod was still active during that. There we go. Alright, really racking up the gil. And we get the bomb ender, figuratively the smoldering soul of a bomb given life by unknown magics. Literally a very hot rock. Fortunately, there are myriad uses for such a thing. Obtained by defeating the Bomb King. And I think that's what we need to craft Excalibur.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
Okay, all we need is one more.
That should do it.
Alright, let's get back to Owain.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
It is hypothesized that the bomb's inclination to self-destruct during violent encounters is a form of collective preservation, akin to how a honeybee will sting a threat to the hive at the cost of its own life.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the Hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the Hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Do we finally get our potion upgrade? Like our bag upgrade? Because he rubbed something on our bag? 3 treated potion satchel. Where the same exotic compound that was applied to the leather of this satchel be kneaded into a pair of boots, they should surely become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes. Necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. Oh my gosh. Ask and you shall receive in this game. But that's so weird that it's tied to a side quest. Not that the potion limit is game breaking, but the fact that we had to wait so long to get the upgrade is interesting, to say the least. You have obtained a treated potion satchel, hereby increasing your capacity for carrying consumables. Item slot increases are as follows. We now get 6 potions, 4 high potions, and 3 tonics each. Damn, that's insane. So he also said that that's just one of many to come. I'm curious to see if we'll get more, or if there is more to get, or if that's just something that he says. All right, we don't need to do that.
Eh? How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and
Okay, we
everything
get
promised?
a light from the heavens. The goddess Gregor teaches us to walk with the wretched is an act of greater good. If we are to accept this truth, then one could not rightly call he who follows this path an outlaw, a humble servant. We get the high cleric's medallion.
There you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Let's see what that does. Alright, in remote locations where trained physicers cannot be found, the duties of curing the injured of their ails oft fall to the man and woman of the local churches. Light crystal medallions such as these assist the clergy in their healing prayers. Increases healing potency of high potions by 25%. Not bad. Okay. I want to stop by
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Blackthorn and see if we can forge Excalibur. That walk's funny.
What do you need? So, what'll it be?
And we can, so let's go ahead and do that. Oh, finally, we're using 300 Weirite.
Should last you a good while.
Alrighty. And look at that, we now have Excalibur. Can't wait to try it out. Alright. And I think this is where we'll end the episode. When we return, we'll do this last side quest we have on the docket. only because I think it's a natural progression to the main quest as far as us traversing this area here at Letney's Cleft. So we'll do that then. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the episode. A lot of side quests to complete there, a lot of talking and dialogue that was necessary to complete them as well. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. As always, I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you next time.